Okay, now this session we see about Java operators. So this not only Java operators, anywhere we have the same operators across we have the computer programming language. Everywhere, most of the computer language, mostly not most, every computer language have the operators. How to use these operators is that that's depending on the programmer. Let's discuss about what actually the Java operators. See, these are not something special keywords or nothing syntax. Does not have any syntaxes also. They are just symbols to perform operation on the variables, right? Means the symbols like plus, minus, into, division, modulo operation, something, right? They are just symbols. It instruct, it tells that what kind of operation we are performing on the variables or the values. Let's, in the previous example we seen this one, right? Java variables. Now we are going performing addition, difference, right? Here this is the variable and this is one variable and this is a operator. Plus is one of the operator. What it is performing? It is performing addition of these two given numbers, and this is the another operation. What it is doing? X minus y. Minus is y, one operator. What it is doing? It is finding the sum difference of two numbers, like this. Just the symbols. What symbol, which symbol we are going to use is depending on our arithmetic operation. Let's say they just perform an operation on the values. On what values here? This one, or we can say our variables, right? We are performing where on the values, variables in the sense accessing the values and performing operations on the values. We are not performing operations on the variables. Variables means we just to only to access that particular piece of information, right? This variable is storing, holding the data, right? When you are performing operations on the variables in the sense, then it is performing operations on the values. Okay, don't confuse that. Hello, now just go to that operators. How many types of operators? In general, there are, everybody is saying that there were some different number of operators are there, but no, nothing in that. We have maximum of 5 types of operators are there. Apart from that, if anything is there, there's no use of in our computer programming language. So in our computer programming level, it could be a Java, Python, Groovy, Scala, Nowhere. All these are the main 5 operators we are using in our programming logic. Okay, let's discuss one by one. Arithmetic operators. What is arithmetic operators? That's everyone knows that from our primary school to till now, we keep on listening this on arithmetic operations are used to perform arithmetic operations, right? These operators are nothing but the symbols, right? What it do, it perform arithmetic. What these arithmetic operations are basically, right? Adding of two numbers, some right? Difference of two numbers, multiplying of two numbers, division, modulo, etc. etc. We say that all these are fall under the category of arithmetic operation. Okay? Arithmetic. What is arithmetic? Plus what it do? Adding of two numbers, a plus b, in the sense, right? 10 plus 10 equals to 20. And similarly, subtraction. What do you want to do with the subtraction, right? Something minus something. Let's for example, let's go back to operators example and see. There is nothing to discuss much about on this. Okay, arithmetic operations, right? Now we already have a program written, right? We just see that how it is behaving. That now I have taken two variables a and b. Both I have initialized with 5. Now I have covered all the arithmetic operators, plus, minus, into, division, and modulo. Now see, a plus is the first operator, means a plus b, a minus b, a into b. See, now you could see the output of this. say plus b, 5 plus 5, 10, 5 minus 5 is 0, 5 into 5 is 25, a 5 divided by 5 is 1. And this, this modulo is nothing but it get the no remainder of the division operation, right? Like a 5 divided by 5, you could say 5 ones are 5, right? That is the quotient. But if you see the result is 0 for the dividend operator, this is called as a modulo operation. It is a part of division only. So this is how the arithmetic operators come. The same arithmetic operator, same number of arithmetic operators are there in our programming language. You don't have other than this 5 arithmetic operations. Okay, now let's go back to the previous. Next slide is now next is assignment operators. What are assignment operators, right? These are used to assign variables, right? Like we already seen this, right? In this example only, you could see this one. Now, if we say int a, means this is just declaring the value, right? Initializing the value in the sense you are assigning the values that we have covered in the previous session also, which means initializing the value is nothing but you are assigning. When you assign some value to that particular variable, then we call it as a assigning a value. Assigning a value is nothing but a initializing. Initializing means you are assigning. So both are same, no different. The way we call it as a different depending on the situation, right? We are assigning something to some data type, some variable. It can be integer, float, double string, no matter. So we are assigning. How we assign the value is we can use using arithmetic operations also. We can assign the values. The syntax of this assign operator is the equals, not equals, plus equals, right? It's not only just equals, right? This is the direct way of assigning the value. I can say int age equals to 38, right? Again, you can say age equals to 38 plus equals to something. As you could see in this map, right? In this list of equals to, plus equals to, minus equals, star equals, right? Slash equals, modulo equals. So using arithmetic operations also, right? While in assigning the values, you can perform the arithmetic operation and then assign the values. How is that? You can see, you can directly say this is assume a equals to b is nothing but the value assigned, then a is holding that, and plus equals to in the sense a equals to a plus equals to b, in the sense a equals to a plus b means the value, the variable in the left hand side will be added right here. Say a plus equal to, there should be no space here, this should be merged together, a plus equals to. Let's see here in this example. Now go back here. Now see what it is saying. A equals to, sorry, a equals to, right, a plus b. This is how you perform arithmetic operation plus. But here in this, what it is saying, plus equals to a, in the sense a plus equals to b. What it mean, right? First it is adding a value to the b, then it is storing this one. That is the reason the plus symbol will come. Means first add the value, right? Plus will come first. Why? First what the value is there in the a, plus first add the value to b and then equals is there, which means then the result again stored back to value a, right? Now let's see here how this works. Okay, we'll take the different variables. Int x equals to 15, okay, and y equals to, sorry, int y equals to 20. Now let's, what I do now, x plus means first I will add this, you can give space here, x plus equals to y. Then what I can print, I will print the value of x, value of x, okay. Now I just print the x value because I'm storing the result in the left hand side only, not in the right hand side. Now run this program and see. Say the value of x is 35, 20 plus 15. I have not explicitly said that something, example, okay. In general, what I do, it is equals to like this, in x equals to x plus y. Instead of writing this, we have a shorthand, means like this. So both are same, right? First, what it is doing, first it is adding of two numbers. After adding of two numbers, then it is assigning to the same value. That's what I'm doing right here. X plus equals to y means first do arithmetic operation plus x, these two values x plus y, then assigning this value back to x. Hope you are clear with this. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Similarly, minus equals to also same thing. Okay. Variable a equals to a minus b. These are a short form of writing that value. Okay, calculations. So this is the way of assigning values also. It is not always assigning values in, right? You cannot always say something equals to some value, right? You can perform arithmetic operation at the time of assigning the value also. So that is the reason I have listed all this type of assignments, different types of assignment. These are not all special operators that will help us to assign the values along with the arithmetic operators. So you can do it on your own, right? Using all these types of operators and see how they behave. The behavior remains same. The only thing is we are, once it performs the arithmetic operation, we are storing into this another variable, right? Instead of another variable, what two numbers we are using to initialize the value, this is one of the number is holding that value, because it reduces the number of writing lines of right x equals to x plus 5. So this will go off. And also, if you want to hold the value of this result, right, a plus b, again you want to have one more variable c equals to a plus b. So again the variable c also not there. Now let's talk about Java relational operators. Relational operators, what it checks the relation, right? Relationship. It is just meaning is there in this keyword. Relational. Not only in Java, we have any way operators in the computer programming language. What is a relational? Right? Just check the relationship. It is used to check the relationship between two operands. Two operands in the sense what? Two values. Here operands, right? The values which we are using for the relational operator, then we call it as a operands. Means which values we are going to compare, all those called as a operands. So for example, let's take 10. Okay, 10 and 20. To compare which value is bigger, then we say relational operators, greater symbol, right? Assuming this one. If x equals to yi or less one, then if it is less than, then you can show less than. Okay, and if double equals to is used to compare the values of two integers. This double equals to will not work out for the string. Okay, this is a double equals to will check the numbers comparisons, not strings. Okay, it's only for some particular data types, not for all the data types. And not equals to, if you want to check whether this number is not equals to that number, and greater than, less than. Okay, let's see a simple example on relational operators. Okay, assignment operators. Let's see first what assignment operators are there, right? As we told you, right, this is how we do, right? But here I have taken a variable instead of x plus y. So I already covered up this, and go for relational, right? Say relational operators. Now a equals to b. Now I initialize these two variables. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to compare, is a equals to b. Now this time we could see no, it is not equals, then it returns false. Okay, just put as okay, false. Then a does not equals to b. Yes, because we it is saying that a is not equals to b. Then this time what do we expect? It is a true. Yes, this operand it is say means those are not equals. And is a greater than b? No. So it's a false. and A is less than B? Yes, true, because 7 is less than 11. Now, A greater than equals to B? No, this is not right, false. And A is less than or equals to B? No, it is less than but not equals to B. So like that we can compare all the values using this relational operator. Means it check the relation, means how this value is compared to this value. That is called as a relation. Now run as this. Could see false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true. Let's say this should be true. A less than, oh sorry, here A it is 1 is less. Okay, this is true. Okay, one condition is satisfied here. It is less or equal. It is something like it performs two operands, right? Here it is less, right, or equals. It checks both the conditions, whether this value A is less than or equals to, means either one of the condition is satisfied, then this become true. Yes, A is less than but not equals to, but one condition is satisfied, true, right? So this become returning a true. So this is how the relation we can use relational operators. Okay. Now next we have this Java relational operators are the logical operators. Okay, what are logical operators? So these are also special kind of operators used to check whether the given expression is true or false. As we know, that's we have already discussed during our decision making statement. When to check the expression, based on the expression, right, it execute that particular block of code. These are applied for the decision making statements. These operators are used for decision making statements, right, to execute that particular block of code, or it goes to else block. Like so it here will give some expression. So this can be also expression, right? A equals to B, then only you can use that to execute that block of code. But here using this relational operators, right, between these two relational operators, we can use this logical operators to compare that, to evaluate an expression to return the Boolean value is true or false. How this works? See, let's this logical operators. See, in general, right, I have a program here. Like now I have taken 3 values. Now what we are doing to here, we are using this relational operators, right? Using relational operators, I am comparing x greater than z. Is x greater than z? Yes. And here it will check both the values, and y greater than x. Y is greater than x. This time the output will be the combination of these two, right? Because and at the rate, right, these two, it is a logical operator. It has to check both the conditions. This and this is true, then only the output will be true. Otherwise, if one of the condition is false, then this will be returned false. The same way we are comparing with different conditions, and here it is a or means either this or that. In the and it is a reverse of and it should be both should be true, then only you will get the true value. Or in the sense either this is true or this is true, then you will get the true value. And equals to, not equals to, not greater than, it is same as our previous assignment operators, but say reverse as that. Now you could say this one, this is false, and here it says true, and say true, false, true, and this is say x equals to z and equals to not, it is a at the not operator. It says x equals to z, not equals to z, yes, this is true. And last is x greater x greater than z, x is greater than z, it is a greater but not greater means it is a false. They are saying it is not greater. No, initially it is true, right? X greater than z is true, True opposite not means false. That is the reason you get false. So these are simple operators that if you keep on doing practice hands-on, right? You will get into that. No worry about this one. Next, unary operators. Unary operators are, these are also special operators are used with only one operand. This is not combined with any other logical and arithmetic operators or assignment operators or relational operators. So these are special. They are used with only one operand. So that what values you have, this plus and symbols is a part of this unary operator. Plus plus minus minus are the main two operators in this unary operators. So how this unary operators works, right? Then we just see that this plus plus is there, minus minus is there. Plus plus is what it do. It says increment, which means it increment one, right? Value by one. Minus minus means it decrease. It decrements the value by one. It is not two. We don't have say by two. We have to increment or decrement one step up or one step down. Okay, let's say simple example on this. Okay, these are all unary operators. Okay, now see, I have a value of 12 and B is 12, both the values. And for the result, I'm storing two different, okay, in slice two different variables. Sorry, declare two variables. And here, now what I'm doing here, before I assign this A, I am incrementing pre-increment. This we call it as a pre-increment. So what is the difference of pre and post increment is that, right? Let me explain that. Now here you see that here directly you will get the value as we know this one, right? So here what it do, first it prints the value. In this pre-increment, what first it it increments the value and then store into your result. Post increment is means what? First it returns first it returns the value of A, then it increments the value. So that is the difference. Now here, before the result gets print, what I'm doing, I am first increment that one, A plus plus. A plus plus means 12 plus 1 is 13 will be stored, and then the updated value will be printed. So let's see in the live now, no worry. Now similarly, B, pre, I am taking as a pre-decrement. So pre-decrement means what? First the value is 12. First I'm subtracting one value, means decrementing one value and then printing. Now let's see how it works. Then we will change to post increment, post decrement. Let's see now the value of 12, A is 12 initially. Then I increment, means before I increment, then storing the result, then it is printing. Same way, first we are printing the value of B, then first I am decrementing the value and then printing. Now the same thing we'll do as a reverse. Let's see how it works. Instead of post increment and say so pre increment, we will say post increment. Here also instead of pre decrement, I'll say post decrement, and the same value we will try to print and see the behavior, how it works. You could see nothing changed. Why? Because after incrementing, you are not stored here. What is the value? Result is A only. It is plus plus means when it is once you print, hey, go and print, then later I will print, increment the value, right? So if you want to print this value again, right, increment value again, you have to print. So there are certain situations, once you print the value, then based on the value that is getting, then you increment, you can take the decision. Or sometimes in such scenarios, if first the whatever the value it is increment means in real time scenarios, there is a auto increment value is expected for the records. So that scenarios we go for post increment. The incoming value is 10, then the next record for you is 11, then you increment that 10 plus 1 is 11, then you go for the record insertion. So that situation will go for post pre increments. So that is the difference. Okay, and tomorrow we'll continue the next thing. Okay, and go for the next topic. Okay, so any doubts here today?